Okay then, good morning everybody. Hello and welcome back to Team Prawn Racing. We are here at sunny Snetterton. We're right up at the top of the paddock for a change. We're on a hard standing instead of on the grass, which is a really nice change. We're here. Jared's just doing some tyre pressure data with our incredible Race Sense tyre gauge. The car is all repaired, everything is good, it's all back in one piece. You might notice something a little bit different on the bonnet. So I'd really like to welcome CC Funding on board as part of Team Prawn Racing. A lot of you guys might already be aware of Chris. Chris has been around the 1.18 scene for a couple of years. Chris runs a finance and asset management company and he reached out to me and wanted to get involved. So CC Funding actually provide the truck that I turn up to races in. Just to give you a little bit of insight, anything you need, commercial, personal, if you need a loan for a car, property, anything like that, get in touch with CC Funding. Chris is incredibly helpful. It's based in Derby, but you don't need to be anywhere near. You can do everything over the phone. Anyway, CC Funding, thank you very much and welcome on board. It's about 10 o'clock. We're about to head out for quali. Everything's feeling pretty good at the moment. Oh, and it's my birthday, so if you want to send a card, don't bother, because this ain't going to go out for a month. Birthday, qualifying, car, sun, Sierra, Joey. Hello YouTube!
Hello mate, hello everyone.
Let's go for it. Right, voiceover Prawn here. I'll explain more in a minute, but I've cocked up the camera. So we've headed out into quali and immediately something is very, very wrong. We've got an almighty banging noise. Now thankfully, a jag came off and we were straight back into the pits. Quick shout to Jared, got the jack, car's up in the air, we swapped the wheels front to back and we headed straight back out. Nothing more we could do at that point. Tyre pressures aren't right, but just got to have a go. Unfortunately, another jag came off, brakes seized Agostini. That was the end of the session. Nobody got a single flying lap. Qualifying was basically binned. Right, well, normally I'd be joining you to say, well, that was quali and talk about how it went, but that wasn't quali. I didn't complete a lap. Out, round, crossed the line, and then didn't even finish the lap before that, before the red flags. 2 red flags, both times with the jags going off, unfortunately. So that was not quali. Now, what happens then? How do we start this race? Yeah, interesting. We get a little tiny gap in the timetable where the trucks are. We get a 1 lap shootout. We go out for an out lap, 1 flying lap, and in. That's coming up in a minute. I'm going to try and get down there early and be first in the queue. 1 lap shootout, old school F1 style. Here we go. Let's see where we qualify. Out of Murray's, no tyre temperature, and guess what? Whee! I tell you what, that was emotional. No idea how we saved it. This is the rest of the lap. Wasn't the best after that little moment. Somehow enough to put a second.
The checkered flag goes out on our, effectively a one-shot showdown qualifying session for the classic Thunder Saloons and the Jaguars. They'll start on a split grid later on this afternoon from a rolling start. And we'll hopefully bring you the times very shortly, just before we go into our lunch break here this afternoon. So it looks like it is going to be Colin Voice who was qualified fastest for the classic Thunder Saloon race later on, ahead of Nick Vaughan, and one of the BMWs is in third place, the green BMW of Gary Hufford, I think, has qualified third fastest.
Right, well, qualifying is now done. Unfortunately, I can't really show you a great deal of it because I've actually invested for a change and bought some really nice GoPros. We've got 2 of these really nice GoPros now. And somehow I've swiped the screen in the assembly area and changed it to time lapse. So when I started it recording and it started flashing at me, I thought, hey, recording, happy days. Sad days. Anyway, what's done is done. Quali is over. We had this bizarre 1 lap shootout sort of format, which was quite terrifying because everyone wants track position, so you can't slow down, warm your tyres up, find a gap because you've got 1 lap, 1 attempt. So I tried to keep the pace up whilst trying to warm the tyres, didn't particularly work. Came into Murray's the last corner on the outlap and it went very sideways, so we got off to a really bad start. And then turn one, just the biggest moment. I hit the lock stops spinning left whilst we were going right. Huge moment, no idea how we saved it, somehow we did. We'll have to fight another day. We line up on the grid. Second, on the outside. Colin Boyce on the inside in the Super Escort. See you in a bit.
Because the cars are already on the grid for our next race. It's a combined race. We've got two championships starting one behind the other pretty much. The front half of the grid is the Edmondson Electrical Classic and historic Thunder Saloons. Yes, get ready to be thunderstruck. Behind them, the Berkshire Jag Components Jaguar Challenge. Let's have a look at the grid then. The qualifying session shortened and took place in the lunch break after some delays earlier on. It's Colin Boyce in his Mark 1 Escort who is on pole position with Nick Vaughan, birthday boy, in his turbocharged Audi A3 alongside Gary Hufford in the green BMW M3 on row 2 of the grid alongside number 2 Malcolm Harding. Used to race a Ford Escort, now in a Mercedes SLK Turbo. Watch for that car, not seen it on our live streams before.
Right then, this is Thunder Saloons, race 1. We are starting second on the grid. We've got Colin Boyce on the outside. It is a absolutely mental Mark 1 Escort. We've got the live stream camera on board as well, so fingers crossed. It's warm in here. It's always warm in here though. 1 minute board. Go on then, little car. Let's see what you can do.
So Nick Vaughan with a chance to close in on the championship lead if he gets a couple of good results on his birthday. Vaughan the Prawn, as he's known, we're on board with the turbocharged Audi A3 alongside Colin Boyce. Great to have Colin back out here. To go racing then. Green light is on the pace car. It pulls into pit lane. It's lined up 2 by 2. Waiting for the red lights to go out. Get ready for the roar. Here we go. Listen to this. Here they come then down towards Rich's. Good start by Nick Vaughan on the inside. The black Audi will try and take the lead through Rich's corner. Will file through behind. There's Martin Reynolds in the Sierra Cosworth, but it is Colin Boyce who has held his lead in that beautiful Castrol Escort. They go into the hairpin for the first time. Nick Vaughan under fire from Gary Hufford in the BMW. He goes through into second place. Malcolm Harding in the SLK is just behind them. Then it's Ian Craig who's had a good start in the BMW M3 CSL. Boyce leads from Hufford then as the Thunder Saloons make their way onto the back straight. Nick Vaughan in second place. What a great sight they make. leads overall, chased by Nick Vaughan, who wants a win to celebrate his birthday. And Nick Vaughan keeping Colin Voice honest. He's up the inside, going to take the lead. Great move, Nick Vaughan into Brundle and Nelson. This is great stuff from everybody all the way down the order. We ride on board with the new race leader through the bomb hole. Then it is up towards Coram. And the Audi has taken it up. Smoke there. It's like Dick Dastardly laying a smoke screen in wacky races, isn't it? Well, they're coming up shortly to be lapped by our race leader. Nick Vaughan has pulled away by nearly 4 seconds from Colin Voice. We haven't forgotten the Thunder Saloons as well. The first 3 have got well clear of the rest of the Thunder Saloons. Ian Craig still in 4th place. And it certainly looks as though, I don't want to put the curse of the commentator on him here, Nick Vaughan could be heading for a birthday win. So he just needs to negotiate these back-marking big cats correctly. He's out of the smoke screen, and away he goes. The aggressive stance of this Audi A3 looks more like a time attack car than a race car. Coming up to the hairpin. Great drive by Nick Vaughan. He's lapped Tom Hutchins in the Honda Civic there. Tom running in 21st place. Puff of smoke from the Audi. There's Andrew Harper ahead of him. No problem for Nick Vaughan. Through Hamilton up to Oggies. Took an overall win in the Audi at Croft last time out. Could we see him and make a late challenge for the classic Thunder Saloon title? We've just got the back markers to negotiate now. Spencer goes a lap down in his BMW. Checkered flag will be being readied for Nick Vaughan shortly. There's been so many fights going on, it's hard to know where to look, but there's where to look for Nick Vaughan. The checkered flag goes out. Happy birthday, Nick, he takes the win.
That was it! That was it! That was the one! That was the one! On my birthday! On my birthday! That's 2 in a row! Woo! Woo!
to see what Nick Vaughan's win in the Thunder Saloons has done for his championship challenge. It'll definitely take him to the top of his class. So if Nick Vaughan has won it, did he get fastest lap as well? Yes, he did. That's 14 points for Nick Vaughan. And that only puts him, by my calculation, 1 point behind Sam Wilson in the overall championship. Vaughan the winner ahead of Voice by nearly 4.5 seconds, with Gary Hufford rounding out the top 10. The Jags won by Colin Philpott by less than half a second over Guy Connew.
Well, what can we say? On his birthday, Nick, here he goes. No, go on, go get your garlands, get your trophy. Look at that. Winner at Croft, winner here at Snetterton as well. He just said to us that this one feels proper. Nick, it certainly does feel proper, doesn't it?
Oh, that felt absolutely cracking, yeah. We've been working up towards all of this for a while, and then 2 in a row, I'm absolutely blown away. Yeah, best birthday present I could have asked for, mate.
Of course, it is your birthday. We did sing happy birthday to you as well. A word for your team and everybody back home as well.
Everyone, the support we get is unbelievable. We've got tons of people following us on YouTube, the lads that come with us, family, friends, absolutely amazing. And a massive props to Colin, because that thing is a rocket.
Well, we'll have a word of him very, very shortly before we do that. Got to say, that hat with the first suits you, Nick.
Thank you, mate. I could do it in a slightly bigger size for my big head, but I'll enjoy it.
Well done.
Well. You never believe it. We've only gone and won. I'll be honest with you, it's actually Sunday morning now, hence the change of top. Yeah, lots going on yesterday. Got really busy, actually forgot to film a clip. But we won. What a cracking race. Really, really good fun. I'd spoken to Colin in the escort before. I told him that we really struggle with rear tyre temperatures, and exactly as predicted, he got me on the first lap. After that, it was a case of kind of build pace, build tyre temperature, work out, try not to let them get too far down the road, and then make a move down into the bridge, going down into Brundle and Nelson and Brundle. Always forget which way round they are. Anyway, it's Sunday. We're on a bit of a high. We start the next race in pole position from the front. I think we've got a pace advantage. We got fastest lap in yesterday's race. That's our first clean sweep 14-point race, which is awesome for the championship. Yeah, I think we might have about a second advantage per lap based on yesterday. So fingers crossed. We start the race, try and bring it home. I'd really like another win, let's be honest. I'd really like a double win on my birthday weekend, but most important, finish the race, get the points, think about the championship. I hope you guys are liking this one so far. I am. We're going to prep the car for the race, which is in a couple of hours' time. And for you, it's probably coming up next.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Right, brief little update because I'm rushing around. Just went to swap the wheels round, didn't think we had anything to do. Pulled the front left off and there's grease everywhere. Tiny split in the boot, could hardly find it. But yeah, grease everywhere. Front left is covered in grease. Cannot afford for that to cost us another finish. Here's Jared right now getting that off.
More moments later.
Right, quick update for you. New shaft is together. It's easier to just put a new shaft on it than mess around getting utterly filthy. New shaft is together. Jared's just throwing the shaft in. It is 50 minutes until we're due down at assembly. So I think we're going to be all fine. Brownie's cleaning some wheels. Fuel the car up. Good to go. Right then, Thunder Saloons. Race 2, we're in assembly and it's spitting. We're on slicks. Let's see what happens. Okay boys, let's go. This is pretty scary now, this is actual rain. Not gonna lie, pretty nervous. So we're on slicks, everyone around me's on slicks. This is actually raining now, this is proper rain. We've got a 15-minute race. Just gotta keep it on the island above all else.
Well, the cars are on the grid then. It's a split grid. We've got the classic Thunder Saloons, sponsored by Edmondson Electrical, on the front half of the grid, and the Berkshire Jag Components Jaguar Challenge behind them for a rolling start. Grid based on yesterday's race. The pace car just moving off to lead the field away. Nick Vaughan in pole position with the turbocharged Audi A3. The rain is hammering down now. Colin Voice in the Escort Mark 1 will start alongside him. The second row of the grid, just having it confirmed, is that there will be 2 green flag laps because of the weather, just to let the drivers get acclimatised to the conditions. Second row, Gary Hufford with his BMW M3 and the M3 CSL of Ian Craig. Now these cars are going to be a handful in these conditions, to say the least. The lights out on top of the BMW pace car driven by Evelyn Buanik. She peels into pit lane. Thunder Saloons go thundering into the first corner. Nick Vaughan has escaped, and there's a barrage of BMWs behind him. It's Nick Vaughan. Very aggressive looking Audi. It looks more like I always think it looks more like a time attack car than a race car. Look at Gary Hufford sideways there under braking. It's still very damp under the bridge there. Is keeping Nick Vaughan honest. Vaughan the Prawn, as his fans call him. I know plenty of his fans will be watching on our YouTube stream. Gary Hufford up there looking for his maiden overall success in the BMW. They're side by side now. The bright green BMW of Gary Hufford going great guns here, attacking Nick Vaughan for the lead. Nick Vaughan will have his hands full trying to control that turbocharged Audi A3. Come out from Eastleigh near Southampton. Gary Hufford up behind him. There's a couple of car lengths in it now for the lead of the Edmonton Electrical Classic Thunder Saloons. Williams Corner, named after the legendary Sir Frank Williams. Using the power of the Audi to pull away. You can see it has dried out on the Bentley straight. It's the first part of the lap. That circuit is more damp. The sky's darkening again. Little Nick Vaughan just holding that slight advantage, just under a second over Gary Hufford. They're going to Agostini for the final time. Is it going to be 2 out of 2 for Nick Vaughan, who celebrates his birthday this weekend? Through the left of Hamilton, up to Oggy's. Deceptive corner, Hamilton. It's tighter than it looks. It's easy to drop a wheel onto the dirt on the outside as well over the curb. Vaughan holds it together. This will put him into the lead of the Thunder Saloon Championship for definite. Two wins are going to be enough to lift Nick Vaughan above Sam Wilson's total. get ahead of Gary Hufford. He's taking it easy through the last couple of corners here. I don't think Hufford's going to get another chance to try and take the lead here. He's driven very well indeed in these wet conditions and wheel the BMW. They're well clear of the rest. They're 18 seconds up on Chris McGinley in third place. Into Murray's for the last time. Hufford closing up. He might get a slipstream here if he can get his foot down. He's closed right up on the Audi, but Nick Vaughan just needs to try and get the power down. Checkered flag is in sight. It's a double for Nick Vaughan. What a birthday weekend for him. Gary Hufford second, and they're way ahead of the rest. Nick Vaughan takes the win by 0.67 of a second over Gary Hufford. He got the fastest lap on the last lap of the race in the BMW.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Hardest race ever! Hardest race ever. We're doing 224s on slicks. It's pouring with rain. Well, it's not pouring with rain, I'm lying. Oh my God, that was tough! Woo! Oh, we had some good racing.
All right, everybody, and take a breath. My word, changeable, difficult conditions, still incredible racing though, and it's a perfect weekend though for this man, Nick Vaughan. Let's get him on over. Nick, what did you make of that? Because Gary pushed you all the way, didn't
That was terrifying. Everyone's in the same boat. We were on slicks. We were about 25 seconds a lap down on dry pace, to give you an idea. Gary was on me the whole way. It was just a case of keep it on the island, bring it home, but so difficult.
Look, you've got to be so happy. It's a pair of wins. Of course, you won at Croft last time out as well. It's a bit of a winning run. Are you the new Max Verstappen of Thunder?
No, AJ said to me it's been a long time coming. We tried really hard for a couple of years, and he said once they come, they'll start to come like buses. And I didn't believe him. But 3 on the bounce is beyond what I could ever have imagined. So, yeah, couldn't round out the weekend in a better way. And what a challenging race. So exciting.
Well done. Congratulations, happy birthday for yesterday as well. Let's grab Gary in here as well, because Gary, we're just having a quick chat actually. Maybe one more lap might have been enough.
Well, I don't know. He's at 650 horsepower. I thought I might have done it in the wet, but started drying out a bit, and he was just doing me on the straights every time. I think I was quite quicker in the bends, but it's good fun. We were both on slicks.
So what goes through your mind when you're sat there? What are you thinking? Please don't rain. Please don't rain.
Yeah, go back into the pit lane. But no, just got to get on with it. And to be fair, I think we pulled a massive gap from behind me. So yeah, it was good fun. Good fun.
Smiling. Congratulations.
Yeah,
well done. Second place.
Well, there you go. We've done the double. Can't believe it. That was the hardest race of my whole life. It was so wet. We were doing like 2:25-ish, 2:29s and stuff. You know, it should be like 2 minutes 2 seconds kind of laps. Unbelievable. So far off dry, so greasy. Slicks were definitely not the right choice. But everyone was in the same boat, so that's what it is. You just got to keep it on the island. Had some incredible racing with Gary. I think the two of us kind of cleared off from the rest of the pack a little bit. But we've done it. We've got the double. Didn't get fastest lap. I think Gary got us on the last lap by like 200s, but as soon as I had a bit of a gap from him, I was just like, rein it in, keep it on the island, because that was so difficult. Incredible weekend. Cracking haul of points for the championship. I might do a little video update about points and where we currently stand. It's looking quite good. We roll on to Donny to see how the season's going to finish. Thanks to everyone. Thanks to all the epic sponsors that help us on the car. You know exactly who you are. Badger 5, Parts Garage, Helix Autosport, Kershaw Roofing, Gas and Gears, and most recently CC Funding joining us as well. I got a long drive home. I hope you guys are like this one. We've done it. 2 wins. 3 in a row if you count Croft. 3 wins in a row. This has turned the year around a little bit. Little car come good.
have fun. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I'll see you all next week. Take care, guys.